On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, Alex, there's a video about the great internet war. The Israel Lobbyists launch a Super PAC effort to bring down Ron Paul, and Syrian oppression courting is bringing along some dangerous allies. That and a lot more straight ahead, so don't you go nowhere. An article written by, I should say a video made by Alex Jones is called "The Great Internet War Has Begun." The person that wrote the article about this video that Alex Jones put up this morning, of course, is Kirk Nemo. In this video, Alex talks about how the internet war has begun and how the elite and their technocratic buddies try to turn the internet into free, uncompromising internet into a surveillance and control grid to track everybody in everything we do on the planet. And here is this video. Hope you like it.
The internet wars of the 21st century are upon us. Our entire world, all commerce, every human activity globally is now being wired through the internet, and its importance is only going to intensify. Of course, it was designed by DARPA and the major Defense Department laboratories as a system to control and track commerce. They told the public it was done to survive a nuclear war. But the program that grew out of that is a system of panopticon surveillance. Now, the internet's a double-edged sword. The people of the world have used it to communicate, to organize. A true, alternative, diverse press has grown. And the system now that they've gotten us addicted to the web is attempting to move in with a program of control to begin curtailing and shutting down the internet as we know it. So in this special report on the heels of the whole SOPA fight, I want to break down just some of the basics here, because SOPA is only the tip of the iceberg. We have the intellectual property treaties that the U.S. is trying to sign that brings in SOPA-style censorship and control worldwide. It's not just SOPA, so these are the threats here. We have domestic laws like SOPA and the IP Act and others. We have all of this going on. Continuing, we have people like Google delisting Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com and many other alternative anti-establishment sites from the Google News search. Not the web search, but the Google News search. They've also lowered our listings and other alternative media listings in the general everything web search. That's a huge issue going on.
Okay, folks, that's enough of that. Well, as Alex Jones says, we are in a lot of trouble here. The war on the internet has begun with this SOPA and PIPA bill. We need your support to basically beat the stuffing out of these people and let them back off. As a matter of fact, hopefully kill it altogether. An article written by Patrick Henningsen called "Israel Lobbyists Launches New Super PAC Effort to Bring Ron Paul Down." Well, they're at it again. The Israel Lobbyists are at it again. And unfortunately, underneath that it says, "For decades, the lobbyists and special interests have ruled Capitol Hill, with PACs effortlessly steering the outcome of every major political campaign by injecting money and buying influence. Now we find that the Texas congressman and the GOP candidate, Ron Paul, has been targeted as a new breed of PAC, this time with foreign backing." The article, as we start the article says here, as 501c organizers, these new super PACs take advantage of a recent election finding ruling which allow corporations, unions, and wealthy individuals to operate totally independently and spend as much as they wish on election campaign and campaign media packaging. Super PAC can also hold fundraisers to solicit money from donors with no limits. The rise of the Super PAC has meant a complete runaround of any campaign ethics and finance regulation, where the game is often according to how much special interest could buy a candidate. The game is now shifting into darker areas, namely how special interest can take down or eliminate a candidate during the early part of an election cycle. South Carolina residents are currently being slammed with a record number of Super PAC TV fund ads in which are negative in nature. Most shocking is the fact that all these Super PACs are being paid for by a handful of wealthy donors and established syndicates. Translation, they've got Ron Paul in their set and they're going to try to tear him down. Really, folks, we need to support this man. He is our only hope, folks. And basically, if we do not vote for this man, and even though he doesn't win, he wins by injecting issues into the real debate. There's no more time to screw around. Okay? And basically, this country is in a lot of trouble if we don't win. If he doesn't get elected, these guys are going to turn the faucet on with the NDAA bill. Trust me, they're going to do it. Well, I found this, basically, this is a video from RT stating that, Syrian's opposition is courting some dangerous allies, according to this article by RT. The Arab League converts this weekend to hear a final report from the team of observers whose mission in Syria is now over. There's a simple video here that I'll play here for you guys. So here it is.
The Arab League are gathering this weekend to hear a final report on the expired observer mission to Syria. It's widely expected to condemn President Bashar al-Assad, who has continued his crackdown on protesters despite promises to stop. And as RT's Maria Finashna reports, there's little doubt that the findings will be used to bolster calls for military intervention.
People taken to the streets may look like a real force of power, and indeed be one. But in Syria, protest has apparently failed to prove that. Months of bloodshed, with no sign it's going to stop anytime soon. Khalid Hodja from the Syrian National Council, the country's main official opposition body, says making the people's voice louder and bringing an end to the violence is what the SNC was created for.
Our main goal is to help the Syrian people, represent them in the international community in order to reach the Syrian people's freedom.
Although it's been run by Paris-based exile Barham Ghalioun, the SNC has been recognized as the country's legitimate government by the new Libyan authorities and supported by some EU and NATO countries, which has made some doubt the Council's innocent intentions.
With regards to Libya, the promise that NATO made to the National Transitional Council prospective leaders was that they'd be given a major seat at the table in a new Libya. So there's power broking going on behind the scenes, and I absolutely wager that the same thing is happening with Syria. They've either been bought off financially or they've been promised a major role in a new Syrian regime.
Okay, folks, I'm just going to be real with you. This is very dangerous, too. I mean, really. I mean, seriously, they may just give the country of Syria to al-Qaeda like they've done with Libya and Egypt. This is getting very scary because they're actually encircling Iran now. And there's been a lot of escalating stuff in that area too. I expect World War III to start there. I mean it. Well, that's it for the Infowars News Blitz. If you want to read more about these articles, please go to www.infowars.com before the SOPA and PIPA bill make it illegal for you to look at it, folks. And please vote for Ron Paul also. Until next time, folks, be safe. Fighting the Infowar, folks. And please, pick a side. The future of the Infowar is in your hands. Thank you.